Oh, got another predator sighted. Oh, it's a bear. Oh, the bear's here. Oh no. Is this the hunter? Catcher. Oh, she's annihilating it. Okay. And, oh no. Oh no, the tables turned quickly there, didn't they? Run, catcher. Run. Bear is biting someone's house. Hello people, and welcome back to Farthest Frontier episode 2. Hope you're having a wonderful day. You guys were really positive about this series, and a lot of you looking forward to seeing more of this game, so really happy to turn this game into a series and we can carry on growing the village out and exploring the game's mechanics together up until its eventual release on August 9th, when you guys can finally pick it up as well. But let's get started, shall we? Right, let's just dive into it. So ideally today I'd like to get the town centre up to level 2, for which we need 30 population and 25 stone. We're at 28 people right now. So I think a good shout would be to start zoning up some more houses. So I've actually discovered a flattened terrain tool since we were last together. And I want to sort of see how this functions. So we can just paint it out. And then supposedly our sims or villagers will come over and clear this out maybe. I guess we'll see what happens. But either way, I'd like to start bringing in some more residentials into the district as well. So let's open up our build menu again. And then we're going to start putting in some more shelters. So I've been playing a little bit of this game off camera just to sort of keep familiarising myself with all the mechanics. And hopefully today we might get a raid. I guess we'll see. They do eventually happen, but they're not in the immediate early game. So yeah, we'll just sort of see what happens. I'd also like to start planning out some new road infrastructure as well. So let's bring this dirt road sort of through this unexplored forest, and hopefully we can maybe see some new resources to make use of. Good to get another forager shack out here as well, because it's berry city over this point. There's a fair amount of berries here. So let's see what happens. So he's going to be flattening the terrain. This does have a labour cost. Well, there's not that many that are actually coming to work on it, but I guess we'll just see what happens, because of course you can't build on slopes in this game, and the harder the biome you're playing in, then the harder it is, the more awkward it is to place buildings. So we'll see what the flattened terrain mechanic does for us. We'll see if that does anything. But either way, we've got pretty happy now. Everyone's mostly happy. We've got a good amount of food coming in, shoes. There we go. Oh, we do have 33 people now. So we just need 25 stone. Okay then, so let's tell people to come and harvest this resource over here. We'll also prioritize it. And then hopefully that should allow us to hopefully hit level 2 today. Log's also an immensely rare resource, so what we really want to do here, once we hit a level 2, is come into resources and grab the work camp, which will continually harvest wood and stone for us, which are two really important resources. And we can also set the ratio of how much of each resource they harvest as well, so there's just so much cool stuff to manage in this game. And a lot of you were saying as well, it seems like a more polished Banished, but I missed Banished, I didn't really play it. So, yeah, I'm glad you're all enjoying it anyway. It's really cool. I think what I'd like to do here as well, whilst we have some time, right, while we wait for that stone to accumulate, is maybe just add, again, this is my aesthetic sort of mindset coming in here. I want to add a little sort of house that's maybe just slightly outside of the town. Okay, so we'll have it there, and then why don't we give him a little wall as well? Let's go for a little fence, maybe. He can have this in front of his house. Yeah, that seems pretty cute. We'll see what that looks like anyway. And then really, no, we just want this stone to come in. Doesn't look like anyone's come over to harvest this just yet. Maybe they will once we have that work camp in. But let's check our worker distributions. So we've got one person at the firewood splitter. We've got 3 people at the saw pit, so we do have a decent amount of planks, but again, a decent amount right now is probably not going to be a decent amount at level 2, is it, once the building costs start to increase. Need one more stone, come on. Someone's go and pick one up. Then we can upgrade our town centre. Okay, there we go. So we now have the materials available. So upgrade our town centre, so this is going to unlock tier 2 buildings for us. Currently in the game there is only 3 tiers. As to whether or not there's any plans to be bringing a tier 4 or 5. Or maybe even sort of expand this game out into something of an industrial age, maybe with an update or a DLC. I guess it all depends, right, as to how much support this game is due to get. But I guess we'll just see, yeah. But for right now, there's plenty to get involved in. Yeah, so let's absolutely prioritize the construction of the town centre. We want to get up to this. We're about to come into winter as well, so everything's about to get slightly cold, but we've got plenty of food. No one's sick at the minute, which is good. So let's just pop our game on 3 speed, and we can just watch the village live a little bit until that town centre upgrades. Watch them build it. Here we go, should be mainly done now. So, how many planks are in the stockyard? Not that many. Are all our planks in the storage cart? Yes, they are. Okay, let's bring the storage cart back into the town centre then. They don't have to keep running all the way around just to get the planks. And there we have it. We now have a level 2 town centre, which unlocks us so much more stuff. So we get access to some new food production like windmills, but we don't have the heavy tools requirement to get that yet. Believe we even need to have a foundry, which is under resources, or a blacksmith forge. Yes, this will turn iron into tools and weapons. That is a tier 3 building, and we are now a significant distance away from a tier 3 settlement. So, let's dive into some of our tier 2 stuff so we can get a trading post, which is really cool. So let's see what we can do with this. Let's have our trade post. I guess near the town centre is going to be quite appropriate, right? Let's have this here. And then I'd also like to start mapping out a little bit of expansion up this side too. So we'll stick to relatively straight roads while we're working in this sort of town centre grid format. Let's keep everyone coming down this side. And then how did that flattened terrain work do? Yeah, it looks like it's softened out a little bit, doesn't it? A little bit of softened terrain. They must be using better landscaping tools. Or extra landscaping tools. I'm never going to remember the name of that mod from City Skylines. Okay. So we'll plan out some more zonable spaces here. Let's go ahead and get some more houses. So for right now, the only shelters, I believe that we do need to increase the desirability up to 30. Have 2 types of food and herbs available for them in order to turn these into homesteads, which I also believe is a requirement for tier 3. Yes, need 25 homesteads built, which come from upgrading the shelters. Okay, so we have a new warning. Residents are complaining of unsanitary conditions. Build a compost yard to help clean up waste. Okay, they've got a little cute... Well, it's not cute, is it? It's actually quite disgusting. There's quite literal piles of feces outside their house, so we want to address that. So we want to build a compost yard. Let's come into resources. So the compost yard, night soilmen collect human and animal waste, which is converted into usable compost. Compost can be added to crop fields to increase their fertility. Wonderful. So this building, you can see with their red radiuses, it massively decreases the desirability of an area. So, of course, definitely not near residential. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and perhaps place our compost yard nearby to the farms. I think that's going to be most appropriate. One thing I definitely want to get down straight away is a work camp. So for this one, we need stockyard, which we already have, and we need a wagon shop as well, which is also in storage. So that'll be the next thing we build. We are quickly burning through planks here as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll stick the wagon shop on the main street. And then because we're doing so many planks now, let's come back to the saw pit. And then add another worker into here because we've had a bunch of new population come in. So those people should start to, hopefully, make us some more resources. So what are you storing right now? You've got firewood and wood planks in this storage cart. Okay, come over here then. Come help this building siphon its resources from you instead. And then, yeah, so just from playing the game, we burn through logs really quickly. So I want to get a good worker camp sort of set up, established. And we've also unlocked a new type of housing as well, which we'll talk about once we come to build the wagon shop too. So let's go for resources. Yeah, so let's just pop our game on 4 speed or 3 speed even. It also had some comments saying as well that people sort of struggle with these sort of fast-paced games, but the addition of a half speed here really just slows the pace of the game down, and you can take much more time to, you know, take in all the information on screen and all these icons. Like, you know, we've lost some spoilage. That seems quite a lot. 10 root veg, 17 meat, and 14 fish. How many resources do we have? Okay, we got 469. Oh, 556 smoked fish. Okay. Yes, right. Okay, we've got really good food stores at the minute. So we want to make sure we keep on top of that because, of course, this is going to dwindle faster the more people we have in the town. But, you know, it'd be nice to keep bringing that spore rate down as well if we can. Okay, but we can just... let me know how you want these videos edited as well, guys. When we're kind of waiting around like this and, you know, things are being built, I'm really happy to just sort of observe the village. Maybe do a little bit of detailing like here. A bit of nature reserve fencing. Or I can cut it out. It's up to you. Just let me know. It's the first time we've really recorded a game series like this on the channel. That doesn't have cinematics and stuff like that. Okay, here we go. Is this a trader? Coming to our trading post. Okay, so let's discuss the trading mechanic for the first time in the game. We're going to let Mr. Trader come down the road whilst that other stuff builds up. And he should pull into the trading post. Yeah. There we go. So we get an icon saying that a traveling merchant has arrived to sell some goods. Let's pause the game and have a look at this screen. So the trading post is right here. We can't upgrade it yet, so just ignore the upgrade. So when the arrow is to the right of this little diamond here, this green arrow, it means that the trader is wanting to buy them. You can also hover over these icons and it'll tell you that the merchant is buying this item, but he's not selling it. And when the arrow is on the opposite side, the merchant is selling this item, and then you can sell it, of course. He does sell many more things, including cattle, eventually, but these come with later levels and increased sort of, you know, tradership and whatnot. So we're not quite there yet to be getting cattle, but one day we will be. So we don't actually have that much money. We've got 56 gold right now, but getting some logs in would be really helpful, just so we've got a little bit of a stockpile. So I'm going to transfer some gold from my global storage to the trading post. Let's go for 26. We'll confirm that there, which means we can use it for actually buying and selling items from him. What else do we have to sell? What is he buying? Not a lot, really. He wants to buy hide coats, but we only have 11. So, of course, each of these traders are different, and you can have multiple traders come in at once. So yeah, he's selling a lot of this stuff. He's selling flour bricks. Okay, so I'd like to buy some logs from him if possible. So we can't get that many. It's 20 logs for 60 gold, is it? Oh no, 3. Yeah, we can't really do that trade. It's just not really viable. But essentially this is how it works. You come in, you hit buy and stock, and it'll stock it in your trading post, or buy and transfer. And then it will put it into your global settlement storage. So it's a really cute little trading system. And these guys will come and go randomly from the town. Oh, here goes just another one coming in as well. Yes, there we go. Just had another trader come in. So we can switch over to trader 2. Let's see what he wants to buy. So yeah, he wants to buy pottery, which we don't have yet. Yeah, and then all this stuff as well. Yeah, so we'll hopefully do a little bit of trading later on in the episode. But for right now, we can't really do that. Okay, so compost yard is going up. We can hopefully build the workers camp now, can we? Yes, we can. This is fantastic. So let's have a look at this one. So the work camps are used to continuously harvest wood and stone. Labourers assigned to the camp will deposit materials at the work camp where a wagon can collect it and haul it into town much more efficiently. Temporary shelters built near remote work sites can further increase the efficiency of these places. Okay, so I think where we have this farm field here is where I'm going to build a wall on this side of the settlement. We don't really want to expand any further out than that. So with the work camp, why don't we have it... See where we can find a place for it, shall we? See if we can get it maybe outside in the wild a little bit. Near lots of wood and stone, you imagine, okay? Cool. So let's get those out to go and build that. That's going to be 20 logs, and then we can have a look at the ratio screen. Let's just double check this trader again. Trader 2. Yeah, so he's buying everything that we don't have. And trader 1, but we can see maybe we want to up our production on hide coats. So let's come into the tannery. Yeah, so he's going to be producing hide coats for us. He wants water and pelts to make hide coats, and I'm guessing that our hunter is going to be producing pelts as well. Yes, they are. Although they only produced 9 in the last year, that seems rather inefficient. But it's okay, whatever. Okay, so there we go. All this waste is quickly piling up in town as I focus on the economy, and people are quite literally just shitting in their own backyard. That seems to be okay. Yes, there we go. Here's the compost person. There we go. Can we rename these? Can I know that our mod Jane does a fair bit of gardening and her own co-posting, so we'll have Jane working in the compost yard. A shout out to our moderator Jane. Okay, so these guys, let's also mark some more harvestable resources up here as well. And then let's also have a little recap on our current expeditions. So this guy's harvesting berries. Yeah, he's got stuff within his harvest range. We've got another hunter cabin over here who's shooting deer. Yes, he's butchering meat. That's great. There is more deer over here, so I don't think it'd be totally out of the question to perhaps build another hunter's cabin. But really, we have to get these logs sorted first, because this is just an immensely sort of consuming resource. I'd also like to come back into our farm and expand the crop field out. Let's bring it up to... Let's see, where do we want to go here? Can we have it come down here? Let's expand the farm up this side. And then I'd also like to start playing with some walls as well today. So we do have the palisade walls now at level 2. So let's go into food production. Yeah, so we can't do the bakery yet because we don't have the wheat or the flour, which comes from wheat, which needs to be ground in the windmill. There's the barn as well, which cattle must be purchased from a visiting trader. And then there's the arborist building as well, which we don't have any fruit trees in this part of the map, so we can't use that one either. So we're still relying on tier 1 food production. But for the time being, that's doing us more than enough. We have like so much smoked meat. In terms of storage, we've got the wagon shop. We can do the Cooper to use iron and planks to make barrels, but we don't have iron yet, so there's no point in doing that. So why don't we have a look at resources again? So we've got these new mines now, so we can get a clay pit. And we can put this out on a clay deposit, and we've got one over this side. But again, these buildings don't work to their full efficiency without tools, which aren't available until level 3, or we can buy them from a trader. So it's kind of a little trade-off, if you'll excuse the pun. There's also gold mines, coal mines, and iron mines as well, for which we're not going to use any of those. There's an apiarist, a potter building. Again, we don't have any clay. And then candle shop. So there's a soap shop in here as well, I believe. Yeah, so soap is going to help keep people clean, so they don't, so they stop crapping in their own backyards. Again, this is a negative desirability building, isn't it? The soap shop. Yes, it is. Again, it's not something we want near our townsfolk, so let's put it in this sort of slightly more industrious looking town centre that's starting to form over here. Alright, so the workers' camp has been done. So when we have a look at the workers' camp, we're going to add more workers into here. Yes, come and chop stuff. So we can set the ratio slider here. We can say only wood or only stone. For right now, I've got a ton of stone, so I'm just going to say split the ratio of your collection 5:1 in favour of wood. So that should hopefully start to see us stockpile more logs. And then with that in mind, I want to start building up a wall now. Right, I actually want sort of like a little fortified settlement. So let's come in and grab the palisade. And then I'm just going to have it right up against the border of our farms here. And then we can hopefully bring it around the back of the farm. There we go. And then can we bring it straight the way down into town here now? I think we can. And then we can have like the workers' camp on the outskirts of the wall. I think that'd be pretty cool, right? Oh, yeah, let's do that. That's 126 wood. That's going to be a big old boy to clear out, but they will come and clear this out eventually too. And then I'd also like the wall to run down. Oh, we've had a predator sighting. Is everyone okay? There's a wolf in the farm again. It's flashbacks to episode 1. Pray for Verona. I think, is Verona still alive? I'm not entirely sure. But it looks like Catty is about to quite literally have her ass chewed. So, yes. I mean, she can outrun a wolf. She's she's doing alright for herself. All the villagers are immediately running to her aid. There we go, we've got it. So the butcher will come and harvest that carcass, that's good. So hopefully the walls And eventually, once we get some towers built up around here as well, we'll help stop that. And I think, again, because we're building a wall here, let's come into defenses. I'd also like to build a lookout tower as well, which costs us gold. So looks like we've got a little spot here between the field and the wall where we can afford to do that. So I'm going to be happy with that. That's great. Where's our storage cart gone? What are you holding right now? You don't have... It's mainly firewood you have, isn't it? Got some more spoil warnings here. Okay, just some... I mean, 28 fish out of 500 isn't really that much of an issue, really, is it? So that's fine. But I think what we will do, just to keep on top of that food production, because I think if food starts to go, villagers are going to get unhappy and leave, and we'll get people dying of starvation, and that's just, you know, heading down a dark path, isn't it? So let's come back into food production, or storage even, and I want to build another root cellar, which is going to allow us to store food for longer. It's the same building we've got here. Let's place this. This isn't a bad desirable building, is it? No, it's neutral. Okay. So let's have this by the compost yard. That seems unhygienic. Probably won't put that one there. Where can we find this one? Maybe here? Yeah, okay, maybe not. Let's go for... right here. That'll be fine. Let's also have a look what else we've hit. Tier 2. So the housing situation has ever so slightly changed with the introduction of a temporary shelter. So a temporary shelter can be stocked with food and supplies, allowing workers that are far from their residence to work for longer before having to return home. This seems good to me. So I think if we build a temporary shelter up here by the work camp, I'm also going to relocate its work radius to here because there's a lot more trees in this area. Then they should hopefully stay out here for longer, collecting more wood for me. That's my understanding. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's see how our wall's coming on. Here we go. So we got our first glimpse of wall, which is something I never thought I would get excited about, but here we are. Welcome to Farthest Frontier, everyone. Yes, I want to get the wall built down this side as well. So let's come back into walls. We're going to grab the palisade again. Yes, so it's in line with this one, and then this one will come right down to the water. And then this should mark the edge of our settlement for us here, which should be quite good. So construction is going to be halted due to winter. Yes, we're about to hit another winter period here, so hopefully people keep gathering up. Let's come back and check our worker distribution. Let's have 3 new villagers emigrate. So with that in mind, let's keep that housing surplus quite high because it's only going to encourage more people to come. And it looks like I can build on here now. Now we've flattened it out a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's do some more housings here. Okay, let's get these shelters in. And let's not forget about their resources as well. We know if they're living here, they're going to want basic amenities like a well. So we'll get a well in there. Or water, rather, which comes from the well, of course. Oh, look at the seasons. It's such a pretty game. So much fun to watch everyone scurry around. There they go. Right, Mr. Cart, you can come over here. Come and chill out by the new work site so they don't have to keep running around all the time. So yeah, our constructions have halted for the winter now because it's freezing. So we've got deadly cold temperatures and a moderate breeze. So our clothes will help with this. So the Weaver building uses flax to produce linen. Clothing that helps villagers work outside and survive longer in cold weather. So this is something we definitely want to build. So let's get the Weaver building in here because everyone runs inside when it's cold, which is fair enough. But I'm the overlord and I say no. So we'll make them some clothes, alright? We'll give them some sort of rights. What are you doing, Mr. Man? Oh, got another predator sighted. Oh, it's a bear. Oh, the bear's here. Oh no. Is this the hunter? Catra. Oh, she's annihilating it. Okay. And, oh no. Oh no, the tables turned quickly there, didn't they? Run, catcher. Run. Bear is biting someone's house. Okay. Nice. Gathering carcass. Well done, Fengrim. Very good. Cool. So the wolves are actually more dangerous than the bears. I want to pay on the back of that. It did nearly kill my hunter though. Thank God. Right, she survived. We're good. Let's carry on. Okay, so we're keeping a decent stock of logs here, which isn't too bad. I'd also like to build the Fletcher building as well, because this is where Fletchers use logs to craft bows and arrows for hunting and defense of the village. So again, this seems like it would be quite an important building. So again, let's just make sure that it's not a negative desirability. No, we seem to be okay. Also, there's a cute little slot for it here, does it? That seems good. It's only going to cost 20 planks to build. Again, all these buildings are starting to take planks now. For which we've got plenty here. We also have the maximum amount of workspaces in the saw pit as well. So planks are okay. Let's have a look at our store yard. What we store in here. I feel like we should build another one of these. Such as logs, materials, stone and planks will be stored here. Okay. Welcome to year number 5 everyone. A new villager has been born again. That's so good. Get another storage cart. Although I can't remember how we get them. Yeah, he only has one raw material. How do we get those storage carts again? Funnily enough, it's in storage. Who would have guessed that, right? So we'll pop another storage cart on the other side of town. And that should be okay. I think what I'd also like to do is, because we're starting to generate some decent collections now. Okay, here we go. So this is the guy from the wagon shop. He's transferring our items from last year. We've got a trader coming back into town as well, so we can see what trading we can do. Now we've got some more resources to trade. Hopefully he wants to buy stone. Or indeed, smoked fish would be great. We've got a lot of smoked fish we can sell. So again, we've got months of food and public storage. 8 months is a lot of food, isn't it? Although I feel like that's dwindled a little bit. That was definitely double figures when we started this episode. So maybe now with the increased population, we need to be placing some more food production buildings. I think I'm just going to go for a little forager shack. There's eggs and berries over here, okay. Which I realise sounds like a collab series on my channel, but it isn't. Right, so that's going to take 10 logs. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get another workers camp set up over here as well. Slope too steep. I think you'll find it's not. If you reevaluate. Yeah. Let's get a workers camp done, and then can we build a temporary shelter out here as well? Just so they can stay here for longer. Okay, let's place these two together and we can slowly expand out our territory over this side now. Yeah, so you just see how we're using so much logs now to build everything. Houses, our walls are going up. Everything just wants logs, including our tower as well. So the weaver wants blacks to work with, doesn't he? Okay, so we can also do field maintenance here as well, just so it's not getting battered all the time. Do we have room for one more crop here? No, we don't. We are making root veg. We'll grow some peas. Right, shout out to the pea gang in the Discord as well. Lauren, Brad and Jen. Yeah, things are being transported. More traders are coming in now, which is really good. Let's check out what this trader wants to do. He wants to buy all the resources I don't have. Can you please stop that? I'm not selling him planks or logs because we use them for everything we build. Likewise, we could also buy something from him as well. He's selling crude weapons, but they are very, very expensive. So yeah, we're not going to buy weapons from him. He has hauberks, heavy tools, 250 gold. We only have 12 right now. You can start trading significant amounts of gold once you get into trading. Thankfully, there's a second villager on his way. So we'll see exactly what it is he wants to sell us. Come on, Mr. Man. And he's arrived. Trader number 2. And again, he wants to buy some shoes. Okay, so he wants to buy those for 12 gold. He also wants to buy hide coats. How many hide coats do we have in the game? 23. Okay, so let's confirm the transfer. We'll transfer all of our hide coats into the trading post. So you see you get a little icon here where it's like the item is being stocked. It will then start to appear within this ratio split there. So there's 4 now within the trading post. There's 23. I'm actually just going to set this ratio a little lower. I'd like to store 23 in the trading post if that's okay. And then I can sell at 23 to him now. That's going to give us 414 gold. So we'll sell the items. And then in a hot minute, once his wireless transaction has gone through. Yes, there we go. We have transfer gold. So we've got 440 in the thing now. So that should allow us to actually buy some more resources from the other guy. Let's come back to Trader 1. So I'm interested in getting some crude weapons because we are a long way from being able to make our own weapons just yet. So why don't we buy 5 of these and then we're going to buy and transfer. And then hopefully now we should see 5 of our weapons go in. Do we do that? Do we want to try that again? I'd like to buy 5, please. Oh yeah, I agree. It's a good price. We have gold. Yes, please buy and transfer. I would like to buy some crude weapons. There we go. Okay, now they come into global storage. Okay, so that should help our soldiers eventually. Once they come in. Although this war is taking a good long time to be produced. Which is okay. Let's have a look at our other workers' camp over here too. Okay, here we go. So hunters haven't found any game for a while. Consider moving their hunting grounds to a new location. And you're also missing ranged ammunition. Right, that isn't good. So let's come into our Fletcher building. We'll add another worker in here. And then we'll up our production rate of arrows and bows. There we go. And then also over here. Yes, these guys are still waiting for their resources to be delivered. That's okay. You don't really have anything in you right now. I've not really found mass amounts of use for these storage carts. Maybe I'm using them ineffectively. Not entirely sure. But we'll just keep going. See what happens. Okay, so crop fields are expanding now. These walls still haven't been put up, but that's okay. I think what we will do is come back into our trade post and just make sure we haven't missed any decent deals. He wants to buy soap. But we only have 1 bar of it at the minute, and we sort of need that for ourselves as well. He's just left. Okay, I'm not noticing any major sort of deals down here. So yeah, hopefully. He will eventually want to buy smoked fish because we have 506 we can sell. But, you know, hopefully we'll get a trader that actually wants to do that for us. So now the town's growing up, I want to spend some time upgrading the roads. So just by clicking on a dirt road, we can upgrade it into a cobblestone one. And that upgrade bonus is going to give us increased movement speed. So let's go ahead and do that. At least all the major roads through the town we will now force into stone ones, so it looks a little bit more official. Right, so put a little bit more thought process into our road network. This game will slowly become City Skylines, everyone. We'll focus on the layers of height eventually, right? Cool. Right, so this guy, yes, he wants his radius moved because it looks like he's extinguished all the day. Which is not good. Okay, yeah, so they're both missing arrows right now. That isn't amazing, is it? Okay, why don't you come over here, because there's actually a deer pocket over this side. Oh, 9 people have arrived to emigrate. Yes, we can accept you in. In you come. Okay, so this hunter's now hunting in that radius. Yes, he is. There's apparently 3 chevrons of deer over here. Which is good. So this workers' camp's now been set up. Again, I'd rather you lean more into collecting wood than anything else. Because we've got a decent amount of stone. Food stalls are definitely dwindling. Let's focus on food production for a bit, which will come once we get this farm built up. But it's just such a long process getting these farm fields tilled. Takes a while. So food production, let's come back into Forager's Shack. There's not much foraging over here. We could, however, build a fishing shack though. Which I don't think I'm totally averse to. No, we're getting negativity bonuses now because he's so close to the other guy. Is this a negative building? The fishing shack? No, it's neutral. Build a new school to set this town apart from other small villages. The school will help train a more efficient workforce and attract more educated settlers. Fantastic. So we've got some education demand. I'll have a look at that in a second. Yeah, so this guy is not within a little fish icon, is he? We do have a lake over here that we haven't touched yet. Okay, yeah, so there's a little fishing icon over this side. Although the terrain is massively unfriendly over here though, isn't it? We're never going to be able to place it here without leveling it first. Okay, let's not worry massively about efficiency. It's only 100 though. No, efficiency is good, isn't it? I should I should be trying to worry about efficiency. Again, there's another spot over here. I feel like there's opportunities for more forager shacks though. Although we did build one here and this still hasn't been built. So let's assign some more workers to this one. Let's also come back into our fire pit here as well and reduce some workers on the saw pit. We don't need 4 people doing that now and hopefully these guys will come out. Let's also analyze the other buildings. The tannery. Yes, let's remove. So you're unable to work. Why? Is that because you don't have your required resources? Yeah, I guess they would have stopped receiving pelts because our hunters were low on arrows, which does seem to have been fixed now. You're hunting over here, aren't you? Okay, that's fine. Alright. It's getting big already now though, isn't it? It is really kind of growing out here. Really fun game, guys. I hope you're looking forward to picking this up in a couple of weeks when it drops. Don't forget August 9th is the release date if you're wondering. So I'm going to let the road come out of town here now. This farm's very nearly done. Let's leave our game on 3 speed. So it's kind of cool to see things slowly grow, but it's not like an instant placement. You kind of have to have the resources and, you know, if you are going to be raided, then you have to wait for that as well. Let's also transfer the gold out of our trading post. Let's take it all back into global storage. And is this raidable now? No, it's got 10 stone and 4 gold on it. Alright. Still to go, that's okay. The second field is nearly done, which will really help our food production. Or the expanded field, rather. There goes the trader, he's leaving now. See, I'm happy to have some little sort of orbital work sites outside the main settlement. I think that might look quite cool. Not that aesthetics are anything to focus on in this game, but, you know, that's me. Okay, so these guys are absolutely dwindling their wood supplies over here. Let's knock the ratio back into a 1-to-1 to wood and stone. But the second wall is being built now. The tower is nearly done. So just drop some stone. Oh, here we go. The field is done as well. The field's done. Right, wonderful. So let's have a look. We're in the middle of growing flax right now, so we can add more sand, which is going to bring our yield up. That's really cool. We can add more sand here for carrots. I think this is how this works. It's still a lot of information to take in here in the crop field once it first comes in, but it's cool. I'm really happy. Again, I'm so sorry with the aesthetic of the farm fields lining the fence here. You could also put them outside the wall as well, but then they're just going to get raided, right? Okay. Let's scan around. So he wanted us to build a school. Let's have a look at that. Let's come into amenities. So a school is going to cost 25 clay, which we do not have. Schools provide a basic education which boosts work rate for villagers. Okay, so we can't do that yet. What I would like to do is flatten this terrain, if at all possible. Although we can only do it in certain sections at a time, can't we? So let's flatten this space out here because we're going up a bit of an awkward hill. So we'll wait for that to happen. In the meantime, we also want clay. So let's come back into resources. And then we're going to build a clay pit over this clay deposit. We've had a predator sighted. Where was that? I just accidentally cancelled the notification. Where's their predator at? Oh, there's another bear coming. Oh no. It's chasing off. Okay, so the people won't fight the bear. They automatically run away from it. Do we have a guard? Is there a guard somewhere here? Yes, you. What are you doing? You need to come and kill this bear. There we go. There's the command order. So is she going to come running out? It's like Noah's Ark, because bears and deer running through the town. It's like the animals came in 2 by 2. Right? Everyone's running from the bear. Oh no, the bear's attacking the wagon. Or is it? It's a pretty timid bear, to be fair. It's a grizzly as well. Nice. So, I thought the bears would be a much bigger threat than the wolves, but the wolves have actually ended up doing more damage overall. But that's fine. This guy here is unable to work because his radius has no forageables in it. So come over here, come and start exploring some more darkness over this side. We'll see what he uncovers as he heads through the foliage here. What's up with you? Firewood is low, that isn't good. We need firewood for people's houses. We'll add a second firewood splitter worker into the town. 45 fish also spoiled. Right, we need another smokehouse then. Let's go into food production. And then smokehouse, we've got one here. Yep, build that. Food stocks are low. Yes, here we go, because we've had a mass amount of population coming, hasn't it? How's our farm doing? Okay, yeah, we certainly need to be focusing more on food production here. Things were good. I've massively taken my position for advantage. Oh dear. Right, another fishing shack. Let's get some more fish going on. Am I bothered about the overlay? You've actually got a higher productivity here, haven't you? Yeah, okay. Let's build that. You guys should be producing firewood for us now. And then you're storing it here, right? No, you're storing it at the stockyard. Okay. So if we have a look at the building, we can see the travel time. So excess time spent traveling from place to place can cause inefficiencies in the work and failure to get needed supplies in time. This can be reduced by storing raw materials closer to manufacturing and keeping basic needs like food and water close to homes. Okay. So we're burning through firewood right now, yeah. Let's do another firewood splitter then. Yeah, so produces firewood to heat homes during winter and as fuel for industrial areas. It seems like a good shout. We will place this one. And we've got slightly more undesirable areas and buildings over this side, haven't we? So we'll keep that vibe going. Our tower is now also complete, which we have one guard in here. Do I want to add 2 in? Yes, we'll have 2 guards in. So the towers themselves, you'll see as you click on them, they have this radius around them. So these numbers are indicative of the damage that the arrows will do. However, they're also affected by the terrain and the slope and the land around them. So you can see sort of heading down a hill here with open clearings, he has a much higher damage. Whereas shooting in towards the trees and over the hill, he doesn't, like, basically no damage, right? So that's really cool. I like that that's even factored into sort of the defense mechanic of the game. Really cool. Huge fan of that one. But otherwise things are ticking along quite nicely. I'd like to complete the wall around the back edge of the town if at all possible. Would also like to move the workers camp now. Is that going to be horrendous? Can I relocate the building location? Let's put it up there. And then what I'm also going to do is clear the road over here as well. So is that clay pit building now? Again, it will eventually. I need to leave my game on full speed. We need to let things build here. Okay, so the food stores have popped back up a little bit. We were at 3 a minute ago. Yeah, let's just watch things play out for a little bit. I will leave these sort of like spectating sessions in the video here for you all. But again, let me know if you just want to sort of jump from sort of milestone to milestone quite quickly. We can cut it out, but if you want to sort of see the village, you'll just live and breathe a little bit, we absolutely can. So they've got their temporary shelter out here now. So I wonder if they'll come into it whilst it's snowing now. At least when it gets cold enough, right? Yeah, it's an extreme cold. It's not deadly right now. How did our weaver do? A shelter stock, and they're making clothes. Okay, so we are producing proper clothes now, which is good. Food stocks are low. This is the smokehouse, isn't it? Okay, so that should hopefully preserve more food for longer. I think what I also want to do is build another marketplace over this side of the town as well. Let's also have a look at some desirability. We have some decorations. So we have a garden trail. This seems quite cute. Why don't we have this? It looks like maybe we can build a few of these here. We'll have one there. I hope that's not a massive... This should increase desirability, which is something we need to do to level these guys up anyway. It's a lot of gold though. Spending 45 gold. It's a good job we did that trading. Yes, we've only lost 29 smoked fish to spoilage. Let's have a look at our resources. Yeah, we've got some decent smoked fish and smoked meat. Let's make sure that our hunters are at sort of the best capacity, if you like. We're about to level out this terrain. We'll see if we can see it level. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. It just goes ever so slightly more slope, doesn't it? Okay. Welcome to a new year, though, everyone. Our foragers can head back out now and start gathering my people off the ground. And then also some berries as well. Okay, and our hunter here. Where are you working from? Let's go for his new radius. Yeah, come a little bit further out into the darkness here. How did our forager do? Heading a little bit further up this way. Oh, he's uncovered some new stuff. So he's not really uncovered that much. He's found some new forageables. There's also a sand pit over here too. Food stocks are low again. So food loss to spoilage. So people just aren't buying it from the market. Markets also generate tax revenue and increase the desirability of surrounding houses. Okay. Yeah, food stocks are low. Right, we need to prioritize this. Please, can you come and build fishing shack first? We're going to prioritize it and put more workers on it. Let's also build a palisade gate here as well. That would be massively helpful. There we go. Fantastic. Let's also... Yes, this is what I wanted to do, wasn't it? So let's clear the road. Okay, and then we're going to come back into our dirt road. And I want this to head straight out of town. And then this should be a good point now for us to carry on the fence. If we select the right one. Then we'll build another palisade gate here. I guess you'd have the doors face inward, right? That would make the most sense. And I am not any sort of expert in medieval warfare, so excuse my ignorance if that's not correct. And then we can have this little open lake as part of the sort of lookout across the settlement as well. So we'll keep that going. So a lot of it, so we can also have a look at our villager professions here too. And we can see the split of where everyone is. So we've got one Night Sword Corrector, one Trader, Wainwright, we've got 3 guards right now, 0 soldiers, which we will eventually have an army hopefully. 1 Cobbler, 2 Fletchers, 2 Soap Makers. How much soap are we storing there? 26 soap. So we're actually really on top of the health situation here. We've not had anyone be sick for a long time. Which is good, I'm not complaining. So what are you guys doing here, I wonder? You guys are labourers mining stone and then stockpiling stone at the cart. Okay. How are our fields doing? What are you doing, Mr. Person? You are just chilling over here, right? Just come back down into town. Oh, here we go. We have our cobble roads now. They're really cute, right? they're really fun. Oh, that's so nice. We have one fisherman. Yes, he's out here fishing now. That should hopefully help the food supplies a little bit. Yeah, so we can hopefully really up our food production with the tier 2 stuff. But, you know, this requires flour, which has to come from a windmill. The windmill requires heavy tools, which I need to buy from a trader, which there is a trader in right now. So let's see if he's selling any heavy tools for us. No, he's selling crossbows, tallow, meat, medicine, clay and pelts. Is he wanting to buy anything? He does want to buy herbage. Okay, but he's trading at far below the commodity price. He also wants to buy weapons for 83 per weapon, which is a lot of gold. Okay, but yeah, he doesn't really have that much that we need. The herbs are used for making soap, which are keeping people being clean, so I don't really want to sell him my herbs. Alright, but everything's ticking along quite nicely now. Food is definitely on the precipice of possibly becoming horrendous. We lost crops to heat stress. That's not good, is it? Let's add some clay into our soil mixtures. Soil mixture for turnip. Yeah, let's push that up a little bit. Beans are fine. The flax is okay. Peas could add a little more clay. Should hopefully allow us to stock some more food. Our food stocks did just jump through the roof with that though, so I'm guessing they've just harvested. Here we go. So this would be a good point maybe to bring our storage cart over. He does have some logs with him. Yeah, come over here so they can get this clay pit built faster. And then that should allow us to build the school, which will probably be where we'll leave this episode today. We made some good progress though. We got up to level 2 settlement. We now have, well, we'll eventually have a school hopefully. Let's also plan some new roads to come through here as well. Keep expanding the sort of town road network frame if you like. Not quite as dramatic as Ilos's road network frames, is it? But it's alright. Yeah, and let's just keep going here. Very unexplored. Yeah, let's just keep mapping out these road networks. We'll see what's over this side. Smoked meat, but yeah, we're good, we're good. Coming up to 80 people now as well. So we've got some people gathering ore. So when built on top of a clay deposit, the clay pit allows labourers to gather the clay. Tools are needed to work efficiently at this site. Okay, wonderful. Hopefully we're going to see our gate come in here now as well. Let's move him out of the road. He's a little bit awkward there, isn't he? Now she's going to build it with the resources. And there we go. Cool. So I don't think I can close it. I think it will just close of its own accord, which is fine. I'm not too bothered about that. How's our workers doing? For the worker camp. I want to move your radius maybe a touch further north. Okay, but yeah, we've got some real good resources coming in now, which is great to see. Economy is stabilising a little bit. Food is threatening to run out, but we seem to be alright for the time being. And we definitely want to get heavy tools from a trader as soon as possible, I think. And our main gate has been established here now too. Probably going to make sense to have this road as stone as well, isn't it? Just all around the town centre, down the main travel routes. Let's make everyone be able to walk faster here. Yeah, especially where all these people are running up and out, bringing resources back into the town. 24 berries, 4 fish, 62 berries. Okay, berries are perishing. Alright, so let's see if we can place the school now we have clay. So 100 gold, which we do have, 50 planks. Yeah, this is fine. Alright, let's place the school. Hopefully on our new terraform landscape it can be placed. Or perhaps next to the school as a little town centre begins to form in this part of the map. Maybe over this side. So we'll build a school, we'll see what that looks like. go ahead and leave our game on 3 speed again. Yeah, so this whole side of the settlement's pretty defensible now. There's not too much more room for expansion, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I want to mark all this for collection as well. Please just come and start harvesting all of this. Because this will be eventually where we want to expand out with more buildings. I don't think we've missed anything major today. We could place a potter building now. We've got clay coming out of the mine. Again, let's just check to see if this is a non-desirable building. No, it's neutral. Okay. So again, we've kind of got sort of a town centre vibe happening over here, haven't we? Why don't we have the potter on the main building? Or the main road, rather. And then we can start to produce pottery, because one of those traders that we saw earlier wanted to buy pottery from us. So hopefully we can start to make a little bit more money that way. Okay, but worker camps here are good. Let's make sure that our forager over here is still able to work. He's unable to work. Okay, yeah, let's relocate his work radius here. There's plenty of mushrooms to be picked. Hunter is okay. He's butchering meat. Yeah, these guys are chopping logs. I might actually move this hunter's cabin now. He's kind of a little bit close to the town. He was once upon a time on the edge, but the metropolis is starting to envelop him now, so he might as well move. I think we will do that, actually. Actually, no, let's let some stuff get built first. Yeah, let's let some stuff get built. Okay, so this is coming together. Just want 25 clay. And you don't have any clay in the storage cart, but that's alright. Yeah, so these guys on the outskirts of town now, in the clay pit, are going to have to transport all the way back there on the wagon, right? Yeah, he's transporting that 20 clay. I wonder if he's taking it to the construction site or the store yard. Yeah, he's taking it to the store yard, isn't he? And then those workers are going to come and grab it. It's really fun just sort of watching the AI read what needs to be done, if that makes any sense. Like it, clay's harvested and then stored. Oh, here's our gardens as well. Our little desirability gardens, yes please. Oh, wonderful little garden trail. That's very nice, I like that, that is cool. So they currently have a 13% desirability bonus out of 30. Well, hopefully all these gardens and schools are going to help fix that. We're also at the population threshold now. So we're going to come back in and start placing some more houses around our school here as well. Let's get them opposite this side. Yeah, lots of houses here. Keep this as something of a residential district. So yep, hope to see the clay being built now. She's bringing the last of it over. Nope, she's building the houses. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to detailing. It's kind of very different to cities detailing because we have to sort of, you know, plan for what's immediately needed and there's not that much future planning in this game, but I guess there probably should be. It's probably me neglecting to play it properly. Alright, well, look at that. The village is really getting a good size on now, isn't it? It's starting to sprawl. It's really cool. Here we go, here's our first, God, we've not had anyone sick for a long time. So, Pelena has been stricken with scurvy, malnutrition caused by a lack of absorbic acid. Scurvy can be prevented and cured by supplying fruits and some vegetables. Okay, so she's gone home because she's got scurvy. I guess that's that's probably an appropriate excuse to leave work, isn't it? Okay, what's going on here? Building storage is full. So, is there a reason why you wouldn't come and store your storage here then? Arrows. Okay, in that case then, yeah, let's remove you. Now we've addressed those issues. We've got plenty of firewood again, so we can remove these guys. You can also turn off the building here as well, if you just want it to, you know, not produce anymore, or you just have way too much of that one particular thing, then you can do. We are also running low on planks, so I'm going to add a couple more workers back into the saw pit. So we do have some other amenities here as well, like a healer's house. So we'll treat sick in the villages, yes of course, it's got self-explanatory. A pub which we need beer to sell, we don't have beer yet and we can't get it. And there's also a rat catcher which will keep rodents under control within their assigned work area, which is quite cool. Here's our school. Oh, let's get rid of that. So Urbana is planning a lesson. Cool. She spends 97% of her time working. And she has a hired coat. All essential information. Have I built the school back to front? I have. No. You idiot. I did as well. Can I bring it through here? No. Okay, I'm going to bring a little path around the side of it. Let's do some detailing before we finish the episode off. Build a little path around the front of it, and then let's have a look at some decoration options. I do have tier 2 decorations now. A small landscaped area that provides a desirability bonus, and also a large park as well. That's 500 gold. Oh my god. These are expensive. Holy crap. A shrine. I'll give you a small garden if you like. There you go. That should be alright. That should be fine. Cool. Everything's going up. We can go in our farms that next episode. And carry on bringing in lots of food production, and I get some fishing over here as well. We are already in year number 7. But things are growing well, and this is so good. This is so good. I've been recording for a long time now. We need to wrap this up into an episode. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching another episode of Farthest Frontier. I am just immensely enjoying this game. It is an incredible amount of fun. I hope you're enjoying watching it as well. Let me know if you think we can improve on anything we're doing wrong, or anything you want to see happen. Hopefully next episode we get some sort of raiding happening. It'd be nice to see some other people attack us, as opposed to the endless hordes of bears and wolves that are being slaughtered. And yeah, we can carry on mooching through some of the tier 2 stuff, go ahead and get some iron and coal and sand and gold and whatnot, and maybe have a look at charcoal kilns and armories. And yeah, just keep going, keep moving through the tiers and the milestones, and just keep seeing what happens to Eggland, our little settlement here. But otherwise, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.